coming back!
What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, we've got some pretty exciting news. Just when we all thought that the new survival horror action adventure style fan game was canceled, news comes out that it's not exactly officially dead. And while they are going to have to change all of the branding inside of Jurassic Park Operations, the demo is still on track to be released this summer, believe it or not, before the final game is due for an overhaul to get rid of the Universal material. This original game sounds like something fans have been dying to play, and I wanted to ask you guys about something else once we go over that news. So just today, Krenautican, one of the developers working on Jurassic Park Operations, came out with some pretty cool news. Rather than just copy what he said word for word, I'll just let you guys hear it from his video itself.
If you didn't see my last video, then I'd recommend checking that out first. But basically, we got a letter from Universal asking us to remove any mentions or imagery from Jurassic Park from our game. We had no other choice but to comply, and I said that's what we're going to do. However, I want to clarify in this video that we aren't just throwing away the game and giving up. We are continuing development and finishing everything we would have done for the demo. Only then are we removing the intellectual property from the game and releasing it to the public. As for a release date, there still isn't a set day or month, but we are going to get it out this summer.
So, two things here. One, we're still getting some cool stuff from Jurassic Park Operations, but two, and probably the more interesting info, the Jurassic Park game is actually going to be rebranded for their own official release. I guess they could call it Cretaceous World, or something like that, but whatever they decide to do, it's cool to see the fans actually excited about the franchise again, because look man, I've loved Jurassic Park my whole life, and I think that everyone is desperately interested in getting that vibe back from this IP as soon as possible without having any modern Hollywood messaging kill the Michael Klayton message that already comes in tow. I've missed that from Jurassic for a while, and to see fans actually create something that at the very least feels like Jurassic Park, well, it's just extremely cool for me. And one of the things I really like about the work that was being done on Operations was the whole incorporation of that Michael Crichton source material and Steven Spielberg movie into the game that they were making. And even the implementation of the Universal theme park ride. Look, that's the kind of stuff that really is cool to fans. I'm shocked they didn't do the final scene of Dominion as a big dinosaur escape and attack at Universal Orlando or Hollywood, by the way. I was playing Jurassic Park Warpath the other day, and seeing the dinosaurs actually running around the park and tearing stuff up, it's super cool. It's got that meta San Diego vibe from the end of the Lost World, and look, all I'm saying is I liked the idea of the ride itself being implemented into Jurassic Park Operations, alongside all the other stuff that fans really get excited for. I'm not sure how exactly they're going to transfer that into their final release, but look man, I can't wait. I've been starving for some Jurassic stuff for like a full year now, and anything that remotely comes close to the old school adventurous stuff that I've loved, I can't wait to see what they do with the thing.
Must go faster.
So at the beginning of this video, I told you guys that I wanted to ask you something, and now that I'm done talking about Jurassic Park Operations news, I wanted to ask you all what kind of direction Universal should go in for their own Jurassic Park or Jurassic World game if they decide to make it. Some people think that the reason Operations may have been canceled could have been, you know, something to do with the fact that Operations was too closely related to an idea they might have had in storage or something, but we don't really know that at all. All they've been doing is park builders and mobile games. No announcements for anything Jurassic Park were even made at the 30th anniversary event, and we didn't even get like an announcement for a short film similar to Battle at Big Rock, or even a little Jeff Goldblum Jeep commercial. Remember that? That was actually pretty cool, wasn't it? So things are pretty silent, to say the least, but now that Operations is coming back in its own way, what would you like to see from Universal? They canceled that thing, so they gotta step up. What do you want to see from that company in the future as far as a video game goes? Personally, guys, I really don't know what they could do as far as the actual direction it could be, apart from something more horror-oriented. And I don't mean where it doesn't resemble Jurassic Park as a franchise at all, but I do mean a more Resident Evil or Dino Crisis featured gameplay. I just think that that's what Jurassic Park needs, and they had a little bit of success with that. If you could go to Jurassic World Aftermath and say that that was somewhat inspired by those sort of things, but really, in my opinion, look, we just need something that feels dangerous with the dinosaurs again. I don't think a perspective of looking down and building a theme park it just doesn't really ring true to the franchise for me. It's very much just a fantasy of creating your own Jurassic World, and I'm just not into that. I never really have been. I played the games, but they're not really something that I scream with joy about, and I know there are people in the community that do like them. I'm more of an action-adventure or survival horror guy. I like the idea of going for more of an old-school Tomb Raider feel, or even a new-school Tomb Raider feel, but I still think that it should be something a little more grounded, not exactly outrageous or bonkers, and probably more along the lines of a third-person shooter or first-person shooter, as long as the shooting isn't the only thing you're doing. You don't have to kill the dinosaurs if Universal's worried about that. They can be tranquilizer darts, but honestly, who is anybody really concerned about that? That's something so stupid to get hung up on. Got him. Jurassic Park is a brand of, well, let's just say a lot of promises and very few deliveries, if you know what I mean. Jurassic World Survivor, Jurassic Park Survival for that matter, or we could go all the way back to like a complete version of Trespasser. Trespasser 2 was in development just a little while ago. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that has been in development for Jurassic that never wound up getting made, and it is a bummer. I'm sitting here playing Rampage Edition, Warpath, and the Lost World, just trying to like enjoy what we have. Island Attack for Jurassic Park 3 and the Game Boy Advance is actually a really good game too, and you know, the most ironic thing, out of the whole Jurassic World era, I think that the Lego game was like the coolest thing we got, which is, wow. Anyways. I do like the idea of them making a new Jurassic Park game, especially if it's AAA and going to feel different from a park builder, preferably in a more survival horror suspense kind of a way, and not silly or crazy, you know, it's something kid-friendly. I'm really done with that era of Jurassic, and I think we should bulldoze forward with something really cool.
Where's the goat?
They haven't really been doing a lot recently with the brand. I mean, they put out like a new box set for the film, or at least the first movie. And yeah, it seems like after Dominion, Jurassic Park has kind of wound down into more of a quiet brand. I mean, they're pushing Fast and Furious still, which is crazy because in between the time they made JP3 and Jurassic World, they made like, what, 7 Fast and Furious movies? And they're still going on strong with even spin-offs and short films and stuff and animated series. And yeah, we just don't really get much from Universal as far as Jurassic Park is going right now. Anyways, guys, that's the update for Jurassic Park Operations, and those are my own thoughts on what I think would be cool from an official game in the future. I don't really know what's next for the brand, but as far as I'm concerned, there is still a ton of potential left in the IP if they actually put something together filled with cool dinosaur material, exciting action and suspense alongside solid writing. You just can't do Jurassic Park without dinosaurs being scary and attacking people, in my opinion. And I've got loads of videos I've done recently sharing my ideas. Hurricane Clarissa, a return to the first Jurassic Park, you know, right after the events of the first movie, and even Lost World stuff. Hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, you can check all that stuff out. I've talked long enough, man. What do you want to see from this brand? They do watch my videos sometimes, so let them know. I'd love to hear all about your own thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens and engine executives, as well as all of my park workers and engine hunters as well. You've all helped my channel immensely, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of that support. Now I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video and hope that you enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you all consider subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.